Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic week. It's the middle of the week, and what a better time, well, not a better time to actually go over a sense of urgency than right on that hump day. My name is Billy Funk. I'm here in Chicago with two of my business partners, Shannon Young and Lany Sullivan. Shannon is out of Georgia, and Lany is out of California. And we're here with Mindset Your Marketing. 3 days a week, we do a conference call. Mondays and Wednesdays are same bat time, same bat channel right here, and on Fridays, we kind of switch it up a little bit. We've got this Friday, we're going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 8 a.m. Pacific. And on Mondays, we do a Mindset Your Marketing online show. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's on Google Hangout. You can find all that information, I'm sure, on Facebook or Google Plus. But, guys, what we want to talk about today is sense of urgency. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about when people get things done. What is that attitude of success? If you really think about it, the last time that you really had to do something, the last time where you had an obligation, the last time you had a deadline, maybe you had to pay a mortgage, maybe you had to, pay a car payment, maybe you had to, get a paper done, maybe you had some event that you had to plan, some event that you had to put together, maybe you had to go out there and do something for somebody. Maybe your car broke down and you had to get 4 new tires. Maybe you had to pay your cell phone bill. Any way you look at it, when you have that sense of urgency of getting something done, think about how much faster you get it done. Think about as that date got closer. Do you remember as time got closer to when that obligation, that deadline was coming? Do you remember that feeling that you had where you had to get it done? It wasn't a hope to, it was a have to. You took it to the next level and you just got it done. What if you took that same attitude that you had in the past when you accomplished something pretty quickly because you had that have-to attitude? What if you took that to your goals and your dreams? What if you took that to everything that you went out there and went to do in life, whether it's in business, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in going out there and staying healthy, or whether it's getting wealthy? If you take that sense of urgency attitude, everything becomes easier because you get that tunnel vision. And I actually believe that that's what the leaders have. I think that the one competitive advantage that many successful business owners have, and many people overlook, and that advantage is urgency. Those that are the most competitive have it. Great leaders have it. I think that great business owners have it. I think great entrepreneurs have it. In the times of crisis, everyone has it. Think about it. If you were inside of a burning building, think of the sense of urgency to get out of it. Think about, your kids, something happened to them if they fell off their bike, or, if they, whatever it is in life, when you have that, it's almost like you see the fear, you feel it, but it doesn't matter. You know what you have to do, and you just go out there and do it. It's very clear that when you have a high sense of urgency, stuff gets done, and lots of it. When do most people get the most done? Is it at the beginning of the project, or is it at the end? When do most people file their tax returns? Why do going out of business sales work? It's because most people don't have a sense of urgency until they're faced with a crisis or a deadline. Just think about what would happen if you operated with that level of urgency and productivity all the time. I think that successful people have got a natural sense of urgency to get it done, and not everybody has that, but everybody can have it. I think it's a choice. I think that people that take that attitude, they made it a habit. They made it a ritual. When they set a timeline, when they set a date, when they set a goal, they have that sense of urgency immediately. They write it down. They got a clear vision. They're very concise with what they want. They're very clear with how to do it, and they put together A, B, and C. They go out there and they do it, and they don't look back. In most companies, in most opportunities, there are certain things that are done to create that sense of urgency. If you're in a business opportunity, they have weekly bonuses, they have monthly bonuses, they have fast start bonuses. There's all sorts of things out there to create sense of urgency. But what if you naturally had it? What if it was something that it was a part of your mindset, it was a part of your mantra, it was a part of how you operated? That's just what you were and what you did. When you wanted something, you went out there and you got it because you took that attitude to the next level. I think that you would see everything in life become easier. Because if you think about it, so many times in life we wait till the last minute. We procrastinate and procrastinate. Well, I'm here to tell you to eliminate your hesitate. Terminate your procrastination. Just eliminate it completely and take everything with that attitude of, I'm going to get it done. I have to get it done. I don't hope to. I have to. It's a must, not a prayer, not just a thought. You take action to the next level with urgency. So I've talked a little bit about this, but we got two great mindset coaches on the line with us today, and they're going to tell you what they think about sense of urgency and how their thought process works and how they get things done. Shannon Young, I know you've been busy lately. You had a fantastic Thanksgiving. You've got, I think you've seen sense of urgency work really well for you lately. And
yes.
And I think that if you took that and told everybody how you utilized it, maybe you can help inspire somebody else.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me on, Billy. When I am behind the 8 ball, when my back's against that wall, it the adrenaline comes out for me, and it's like I have to, literally. I push harder, I push faster, and I push further, to make sure that I get what I need. I work an extra hour. I wake up an hour earlier, but it's mindset. It's telling yourself, I can do this. I've got this already, and that's absolutely what worked for me. And I had a lot of sweet friends pushing me hard this week, to meet my goals and to finish the week strong. And so that's exactly where I've come from, is just a push, diving in and going head first and not taking no for an answer.
Right on. I love it. I really do. Not taking no for an answer and just taking it head on. I think that those two attitudes really, I think are in sync with a lot of people that are successful. And I know you've shown sense of urgency lately, and it's worked really well for you, and I think it could work well for anybody. What if you don't have sense of urgency? We're going to get to Lany Sullivan out there in California in a second, but what if you don't have sense of urgency? What can you do to create it? Well, you can make it, you can do it as a team. I think that a lot of great teams out there, a lot of great people out there that are successful find a way to incorporate others with their sense of urgency. They create a competition. They create some sort of a weekly habit and ritual. You have to create a space that supports the urgency without it being, abusive. Celebrate wins and go out there and have fun. But if you create games, we see so much mobile gamification happening right now, and obviously online gamification has been happening for years. That game theory of making something fun, if you took that to your business life, I think your business would become a whole lot more fun. And I know that you can incorporate a lot more people into having that attitude, sense of urgency. Operate on a team where there's a lot of accountability in the group, and that I've seen work really well to condition urgency. And, obviously peer pressure and peer support are the fastest ways for everyone to get it. Remember, it takes more than one to create urgency. Sometimes it creates more people. Sometimes it creates almost like, the walls are coming in, but at the same time, people are coming in. And when you do that, when you take that attitude of, I've got to get it done, I've got 2 more days to finish this, and, you'll see that if you took the attitude of where you took it from it being a week away or 2 days away to it being a day away, even if it's not, if you put yourself in that mindset where it's coming, it's almost here, you'll accomplish it right away. And Lany Sullivan, I know you use sense of urgency a lot in life. You got that go-to girl mindset. What is it about sense of urgency that has helped you get to the next level?
Good morning, everyone. Billy, sense of urgency is one of those things that you have to live it and breathe it almost. I have learned to not just, use the last 5 days of the month to make that last push. If you can take that sense of urgency that you push at the end of the month or to a deadline, and if you can move it, especially in a sales environment, and move it to the beginning of the month, and if you switch that around and said, I'm going to have end of the month sense of urgency at the beginning of the month. So take that 5 days and move it to the beginning of the month and operate your first 5 days of the month as if it was the last 5 days. You can watch your business just drastically take a turn and just change. So you're not having to, rush around. I mean, you look at life and how we operate in life, and I sit here and I watch my little brother. He's in college, and it's so funny. He's doing his thing. He's playing around. He's in his 20s, and he's got to go to school, and he's doing his homework at the very last second, and he's racing out the door to go to school at the very last second. And I just laugh. I'm like, well, if you were to plan better, I mean, of course, I can't always tell them this, but if you think about this, if you were to be proactive in your business and in your life, you reduce your reactivity to situations to almost a bare minimum. There's always going to be a time when where you need to react or you have to react, but if you can change that around, you're going to be proactive and not reactive, and I'm huge about that because I don't like to be reactive to situations. I want to be able to see and kind of forecast the situation before it comes up. Is it always possible? Absolutely not. But when you have something coming up, you have Christmas coming up, how are you going to make some money? Don't be reactive, be proactive. Put those plans in place beforehand. You've got a birthday, you've got an event, you've got this, you've got that. You have goals going into 2014. What are your goals and what are your plans going into 2014? So if you've got a deadline, don't be reactive 30 days out from that deadline. You should have started working on it 3 to 6 months ago if you knew that it was coming up. So it's just really, it is switching your mindset. It's making a choice. And, I love being able to talk about switching your mindset and choices because we all have them and we all have the ability to switch our mindset. It's just a matter of whether we choose to do it or not do it. Back to you.
Right on. I love that. I'm thinking of a couple of quotes in mind. I think about sense of urgency. Thomas Edison comes to mind first. He talked about, great things come to those who hustle while they wait. Great things come to those who hustle while they wait. And there's always something you can be doing to better yourself, to better your business, to better others. Even if it's just in your mindset. Even if it's just, by yourself, working on becoming bigger and better yourself. Because one of the best ways to go out there and help other people is to first help yourself and have that sense of urgency of getting bigger yourself. They say that if you want to change the world, change yourself. Start with you. If you can't help others, you can't change others without first changing and helping you. One of the things that I've learned to do with sense of urgency, and it's really helped a lot to create it, is create a deadline and set it. And the closer that you set that deadline, the higher the urgency you will have. And make it almost like a habit, a ritual. When you really want to get something done, write it down as a deadline. Put it up somewhere in your house, somewhere at work, somewhere in your car where you see it on a daily basis, maybe even an hourly basis, so it's always in your mind. You always have that sense of urgency. You can also do that in your team. Set that deadline and make sure that everybody on your team knows it as well. That's why they have classic Monday morning sales calls, because it's so powerful to create sense of urgency. To say, this week we've got a goal, this week we got a game, this week we got a deadline, this week we have a competition. You could do it almost daily too, and you'll see how many people are competitive in nature and in spirit will go out there when there's something on the line, when there's a game, even if it's pride, even if it's just one little extra thing, maybe recognition that they know that they're going to get. You're going to see that your team will have a lot more success. Everybody has to produce every week because they have to show the results when you have a competition like that to everybody else. And so if you do that every Monday, you start one up every Monday, Monday to Sunday, and you'll see some results. It may be one of those things where you kind of tweak and you go with one competition, one game with your team or, with your business, with your company, with your group, and then maybe you change it up. Because I think that life isn't always about, finding something that works right away. I think that even if you went out there and you tried it, you went out there and you put something together and it didn't work, you're going to learn something from it. Maybe the next time that it'll be super successful. So here's the important thing. You don't need to make a deadline if you have a mission and you have a vision and you have passion. You know, those that are truly on a mission have got a natural sense of urgency. They've got something that they see and they feel so passionate that they want to manifest it. That they want it so badly right now that it almost appears in front of them. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there and to get it faster. Their frustration lies in the fact that their ideas and their vision and their expectations move faster than the reality around them, if you think about it. So they are always pushing. They're always passionately pushing and passionately pulling their dreams and their visions, and sometimes impatiently. But they always have urgency. So what about you? You know, do you need an emergency to have urgency? I like that one. And that was the first time I've ever said that before. So I know everybody on the call has got that mindset, is on the same frequency. Everybody on this call has got the potential to be anything that you want. Because the words that have been coming out of my mouth weren't in my head until they're out of my mouth. And it's impossible for that to happen if somebody's got a negative mindset. Because I'm not talking to you, I'm talking through you. You're on this call right now today because you're open to these thoughts. You're open to these ideas. You're open to this passion. You're open to having a sense of urgency. You wouldn't be on here right now if you weren't. So do you need an emergency to have an urgency? I think the answer is no. Or do you make your vision and your passion so important and powerful that it doesn't even push you, it pulls you? The truth is the clock is ticking. There's a finite amount of time that we all have on this planet. We all have every day. Nobody's got more than 24 hours in any given day, and yet some people seem to have a massive amount of success with that same timeline, that same time frame, and others seem to have none of the success that they want. So I'm not advocating being crazy about this, but how do you want to be remembered in life? If you're going to go out there and make your mark, make it with your family, make it with your community, make it with your business, make it with the people around you, make it with your passions. When are you going to do it? How about today? How about right now? How about make something happen today, take a deadline, set a goal, find something that you want to accomplish, and set your mark, and create that passion behind it. Because not only will it push you, it'll pull you. And when you have that urgency in life, everything gets done. And I think that when it comes to marketing, having urgency is one of the most powerful influences, not only on yourself, but your prospect. Giving them that timeline, giving them that deadline, creating that sense of urgency. You know, if you have an opportunity where, you know, you're structuring a binary, you're structuring a matrix, you're structuring some sort of way where the next person that comes on board will benefit if they come in under somebody, if they come in above somebody. So when you go out there and you find somebody that's ready to join your business, if you're in an opportunity where, you know what, if somebody else joined before them, they would benefit, go out there and find other people and leverage that urgency of you've got somebody ready to join your team, and that next person that you talk to can have that person on their team, or they can join on the other team. It's up to you how you use that. But I'm telling you right now, when you create sense of urgency in marketing, I know there's 4 factors, and we're going to go over these factors on the next couple of calls. They're called Fuji factors. They're the most powerful influences of people. Fear of loss stands for F. Sense of urgency stands for U. The Jones effect stands for J. And I stands for indifference. Sense of urgency is right there in the middle, and it's very powerful. And not only can it influence you, but it can influence the people that you're prospecting, the people that you've got influence over, and the people that you're looking to have join your business. Shannon Young, have you used sense of urgency lately in your marketing? I'm pretty sure you have.
Absolutely. The past 2 days I have used sense of urgency not only for myself, but for prospects. You know, so many times we have prospects who say, well, I like the program, but, you know, I just don't know, or, you know, I can't afford it. And, you know, if, number one, when you have that sense of urgency, it's so much easier to create that sense of urgency for your prospect, because we've said it so many times on these calls. Our prospect feels they feel us through, whether it's a chat box, whether it's a telephone, a Skype call, whatever the scenario might be. They feel where we are. They feel our positivity. They feel our negativity. They also feel our sense of urgency. Because I know this week has been a great lesson for me in having that sense of urgency. It's been, so much easier to spur that in my prospects, right? Just having to let them know, hey, this is, Christmas is right around the corner, and I've done that. It's so much easier to know how to create that sense of urgency once you've built that relationship with your prospect, right? And you know exactly what they're looking to accomplish and in what time frame. So that's a great tool that, you can use for setting the sense of urgency, not only for yourself with your vision and goals, but for your prospects as well.
Right on. I love it. A lot of times great companies, great opportunities create not only a sense of urgency by having, weekly contests, for promotions, monthly bonuses, weekly bonuses, but they also create every once in a while some sort of, monthly promotion, some sort of monthly discount, some sort of deal where you can literally put it in front of somebody and say, hey, this offer is only going to be good for the next week, the next day, the next 2 days, whatever the deal, whatever the promotion, whatever the discount is. You can create that sense of urgency that's already there. You can utilize it to your advantage. And people are motivated. They're motivated by sense of urgency. And, there are a lot of times they're motivated to buy by sense of urgency. I love Abraham Lincoln's line when he said, I wasn't there when he said it, but it's written down in history, things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. Things may come by those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. So it's almost like having a big giant pie. And it's right there. It's on the dinner table. You got a giant family, and that dinner bell rings. How big of a piece do you want? If you don't have that sense of urgency, knowing that all your family is going to be grabbing some pie, and you better get there first, you better get there in the middle, but you better not get there last, because what happens if you get there last? You get the crumbs. My question for you is, how big of a piece of pie do you want in life? In fact, you can have the whole pie, or you want just a slice. It's right there in front of you. You just got to go out there and get it. You got to have that sense of urgency that you want it right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. You want it right now, and you're willing to get it. You're willing to do it. You're willing to go out there and make it happen. Lany Sullivan, I know you're still on the call with us. Don't mean to put you on the spot, but Shannon did awesome on the spot, and I know you'll do awesome as well. Have you used sense of urgency in your marketing recently?
Every day. Like I live in a place of sense of urgency. Really. Every day. I don't sleep, right? We don't sleep anymore. There's so much to do that I don't have time to sit and watch TV and play games and whatever. I'm like, I am busy. I've got things to do. I've got goals to accomplish. So every single day, I am talking to people online. I am, doing coaching calls. I am, doing everything that I can do to reach my goals and my long-term vision is what I'm focusing on. So there is no time to not be urgent. And one of my favorite people, Jim Rohn, said, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. And I truly believe that, and I think that you have to find that deep inside and live it. So every day, every single day, do it.
I love it. I love Jim Rohn's quote. That's right. Without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. And I think that should hit home to people. I don't mean to shit on people, but, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. If you've got no desire, it means you've got no sense of urgency. And so take your passion and just take it to the next level. How bad do you want it? I truly believe that there's, I'm sure you've heard this one before, there's 7 days in the week and some days not one of them, but so many people go throughout life and they think, maybe tomorrow, I'll do it someday. I'll get it done maybe next week. You know, they hope, they pray, they wish, they want, they never really just go out there and set a deadline and say, you know what, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it right now. Because here's the thing. I think there's something more important than believing and even knowing. It's going out there and acting on it. The world is full of dreamers, and there's not enough of them that are actualizing their vision. There's not enough of them that are moving forward, further and faster. But any one of us can be that dreamer. Any one of us can be that visionary. Any one of us can take whatever we want, put it right in front of us, and know that it's already there and just move towards it. But set a deadline to hit it. You know, it's kind of funny. On October 31st, I was on an online show called the Online Money Show with David Oldenburg, and we were talking about Google Plus. At the time, I think I had right around 3,000 followers, somewhere right around there. And I said on that show, you know, that I will hit 10,000 followers by December 1st. I said, mark my word. And, you know, I set a goal, I set a deadline, and I put it out there for everybody to hear. I mean, it's recorded, it's on a video. And as of yesterday, I hit it. Did I hit it by December 1st? I was a couple days off. But I don't think I would have hit it if I didn't have that sense of urgency. If I didn't put a deadline out there for everybody to see and everybody to witness. Now, am I saying for you to do that? You don't have to do that. You can just make it for yourself. But how much more powerful would it be if you brought your team on it, if you brought other people on it, if you said to somebody, I'm going to do this by this date. You know that somebody else is watching you then. You know, now you've got a sense of urgency. Maybe you already have a sense of urgency. Maybe you've got that passion. But if you don't, it's not now, when? If not today, when? When are you going to make it happen? It's never not now. But if you live in the past, it'll actually take you back in time. It'll pull you backwards. And if you live in the future, if you continue to worry, if you live in the future, or if you live in the past, you're missing the only place that actually exists, and that's right now. And so your life is like a pendulum. You know, it swings forward and backwards. But if it's in the middle the most, and if you stay right there, right here, right now, what can you do today? What can you do right now? What goal can you set? What goal can you achieve? What passion can you create? How many people can you inspire? How many others can you go out there and impact? And how many goals and how many of your dreams can you hit, and how many can you help other people hit? Create sense of urgency. Go out there and just make it happen. Don't watch it happen, and let's not be people that go, what the heck just happened? Let's go out there and be people that make it happen, and let's make it happen today. So hope you guys enjoyed our call. We'll be back on Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. Shannon Young, you're awesome. That was some fantastic mindset, sense of urgency. Lany Sullivan, same to you. You guys absolutely rock. Love listening to you guys talk. You know, I think that if everybody went out there today, set a goal. I'm going to challenge you right now. Set a goal, set a deadline, okay, whatever you want to accomplish, and make it a habit. Make it a habit to do that on almost a daily basis. If not weekly, it's not daily, at least weekly. But do something today and create that sense of urgency. And you'll watch yourself succeed. You'll watch yourself go further, faster, and forge yourself into the future. So it doesn't have to take an emergency to create urgency, guys. Hope you took that lesson. And have a fantastic week. Remember, it's only getting better. Stay positive, stay passionate, and stay powerful. On behalf of Lany Sullivan and Shannon Young, this is Billy Funk, the Extreme Networker, saying stay awesome, everybody. Have a great day.